And you know what I will always tell you, Heidi, always keep fighting, always keep pushing, never stop, never give up. And one day you're gonna raise up your hand and say, I did it. And another thing I want to share with you is every quote unquote challenges that you're going through, God needs the proof of those challenges to share to the world that miracles are possible, okay? So whatever you're going through, always understand that God is working as testimony for you. Make no mistake about it. And He pays handsomely for you carrying His testimonies.
Absolutely. Somebody said here, I'm going to just, Tiffany, it might have been you, I can't remember. Somebody was talking about doctors and prescribing meds, and I'm pretty much anti that here. I have to think about, do I really want to take this or not? And it's and I, besides other modalities, I do contract manufacturing for CBD products. We've one of the largest contract manufacturers in the whole country, and we have 130 different SKUs. Like tinctures and gummies and skincare and hair care and stuff like that with CBD that we allow people to private label. And it reminded me when you were talking about that, back in 2018 is the first time that it became legal. And this is a natural substance that everybody in the world should have access to. And yet here we go, once again, big pharma, had it banned years and years and years ago so that they could push their pills on people. And, thankfully, it's, now it's not an issue, and now it's open for everybody to get the benefits of if they want to. And it just, for me, it's, I talk about control and freedom, and it's like such a part of my daily conversations that I'm so passionate about it, which is why I'm so passionate about, this conversation and, a lot of the stuff we've been talking about. It's like, when we are being suppressed and we're not able to, do things that should just be every soul's God-given right. And I know there's more to it. We've talked a lot about, what's the right thing, or, what's the thing that's going to help everybody. And Melissa and Bridget and, everybody's brought up amazing points and things for us to think about. But it's why I'm so passionate, because the things I involve myself in are, ways that we could get healthy without, drugs, and without man-made, forced, let's just call it pharmaceutical things, right? Doesn't mean that I'm anti, hospitals, because in an emergency, the hospitals can save you from a heart attack and from different things. But in general, we just have to, really wake up and start taking care of each other and taking care of our health. And there's a lot of those, what are they called? Like videos or memes or stuff going around. And it's like, why did the government ban, sugar and McDonald's and, processed foods and GMOs and all the chemicals that are in the foods and all this other stuff?
I call it food cocaine.
Exactly. Why are those companies able to literally, sugar is more addictive than cocaine. It's just horrible. And that's why we have epidemic of obesity and cancer and all kinds of, diseases in this country and in the world. And yet, it's just all about making money. And this is just another extension of that to, in my mind. It's all related. So, just some insight as to, why I'm so passionate about all of this. But I do want to thank everybody for the conversation. It was, very very eye-opening. I appreciate everybody that's, no matter what everybody's thoughts are. Like, there's things I've learned, and I hope I gave some, value to all of you as well. And I really appreciate everyone's time.
Yes, you did, Heidi. I learned a lot from you this afternoon. The same thing from Bridget and from Tiffany, and it was quite an eye opener because there's always different aspects, perspective of certain things, and it's good to be aware. And the one other thing I have to say is, in all this that's going on, whether you're vaccinated or unvaccinated, the thing is compassion. Find a common ground in a person, and that will allow you to have compassion. Because when I hear what you're going through with your mom, and I'll put you on our prayer list, and then the same thing with Bridget, I found both of you have common ground in dealing as being caregivers to parents. So, once you find a common ground in someone, it gives you the ability to have compassion, because you have no idea what a person is going through. And that encourages you to be cordial, to think about the other person and have compassion. And that's it. Thank you.
And thank you for the resource. I love information. I inhale information. So you had my heart at Singularity University. Oh, I got that. Oh, thank you. I mean, it just fills me up when I get a new resource I didn't know about. I am such a information nerd. I really am.
Well, I'm going to sign off with Lily. I want to get some good sleep, and I really appreciate all of you.
And make sure you come back, Heidi. Oh my goodness, we had so much fun. That was awesome. And we won't be debating on something so heavy next time. We're going to have some fun over here, because I'm going to get some Singularity University information in my heart. So when you come back, I'm going to be ready.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Great meeting you, Heidi.
Great meeting you, Bridget.
I'm like, I hope I wasn't too harsh in some of the words I said, but I do appreciate you and your blah blah blah, your resources that you sent over. Like I said, I don't have that wonder in front of me, but I just wanted to let you know that I was listening and hearing what you were saying. So I just wanted to let you know that I did look at it.
Oh, no, sure. And I
we're
don't take
standing in the gap for you, Queen Bridget. Heidi, Queen Bridget recently lost her husband, and she's just getting back on Clubhouse as well, just as you're getting back on Clubhouse. And we just
I'm so sorry,
to have it as part of our family.
Yeah,
you guys are awesome. Thank you.
Love to everyone. Love to you all. And I will definitely see you again soon.
Y'all know Mr. King K is in another room. But he should be listening. He's like a ninja, y'all. You're like, I hear you. I was like, oh, okay. That was spirited. And what I want to start doing is, King Greg. He's not in the back. Greg, you be doing that stuff. I looked down at the phone. I was like, wait a minute, Greg. Yes, the baby's in the bed. But if you don't come off mic, I know they still trying to stay up. He's got some cute babies. But yeah, this was a good debate. And Greg, we got some more resources. I got Singularity University, and Greg is a consumer of information as well. But see, he will go in there and he'll queue up the data and spit it out in a whole different way. And that's what I like about Greg, because he brings it from a whole different perspective. And he's the same way outside of Clubhouse, y'all. He be challenging me. I'm like, but Greg, what about this? He's like, yeah, what about this? What about this? I said, okay, let me look. But it's awesome. It is wonderful. I love our family on Clubhouse, because I have to say, I have grown by leaps and bounds. And I felt like when I came onto Clubhouse, I was looking for something. And that was me. I was looking for that revitalization, that desire to get information again, that desire to dig again, because I just got so disheartened with all these information that was being given. It was so negative. I said, I want something that's going to, inject some life back into me, that's going to spark my curiosity again. I need that. That feeds my spirit. So I needed that. And I promise you, I got that and some more. So, I like it. I like looking at different viewpoints, and I like hearing opposition to opinions, because I think that there's a reason the person feels that way, and I want to know why. Because I always want to know why. And I just thank God for our family here at 10K, because we're really so respectful of each other, and you don't even know how blessed it is until you hop into another room and you see some nonsense going down and some shenanigans at the same time. And I'm like, wow, where on earth would you all ever survive? I want to put y'all in the middle of a college campus, open it up to the students and professors, and I want to see y'all do this in front of everybody. But because we in COVID, I know you can't. But what you're saying is this, and where is what's the backup for that? I think people take it so personally in these other rooms, not this one, because we on point over here. But in these other rooms, it's all about personalities, and it reminds me of the news media all over again. It reminds me of the news, watching the news again. But I enjoy Don Lemon. I had a crush on him. I'm like, Don, come on, we could have made it work. I didn't know you on the other side. Oh man, he's too cute. He's so cute. But Don Lemon and Chris Cuomo would have debate, and they would intentionally come from opposite sides, and it was so healthy. I really enjoyed, and they were brothers. It's like, you know what, we're gonna agree to disagree, and I don't like what you said about this, but are you coming over for dinner? My wife wants, are you coming over for dinner tomorrow? And that's what family's about. I just love it. It's wonderful.
I love it too. I got swept away for a second. I'm like,
sometimes this app be acting really strange. I've had that happen to me too. I'm like, well, where'd everybody go? What happened? How I get outside? And Tom would be texting, get back in here. Where did you go? Get back in here. I was like, but I didn't do anything. It just did it. It's like AT&T said, no, you've been on too long.
No, yeah, you guys are really great, and I do like the I guess just the ability to go ahead and like you said, to agree to disagree, but do it from a different perspective, or respectful. Like you said, it is a heated because people are passionate about how they feel, and not just passionate, but emotional, because there's emotions on both sides, whether it's because they've lost a friend or a family member, or because the trust and the hurt of the past, when it comes to trust in the system,
and have we really had time to grieve? So much has been happening.
Not at all. Right.
We haven't had time to grieve yet. It's like, remember when 9/11 happened and it was so quick that all the people were gone? And that was a small number compared to
the crazy thing though with 9/11, I had never seen so much the way everybody came together. And you saw American flags on everybody's car. They were honking at each other. I mean, it united us. It was united. We stand. We're going to, get through this. I mean, it was the place where at the same time, everybody was like looking at each other like, hey, I got your back. That's what I'm not seeing in this environment now. I'm not feeling, hey, I got your back, and that's what I want to see. I want to see us embrace each other. And, even, like you said, even if we disagree, how can we disagree but walk together? Can't we find a way to disagree agree and work together. And what does that look like? Okay, fine. If one chooses the vaccine and one chooses the, and make sure that we don't continue to have, a mutating virus. What can we do? How can we do it?
I had this discussion with my neighbors when it first happened because I live in a townhome community, and it's the first townhome I've lived in where our backyards are not connected because you have a little bit of land, but you're so close that you can just have a conversation. And I remember when it first started, we were really standoffish from each other at first because no one knew how to move. But then after a couple of months, we're like, well, we're kind of tired of not being able to move. So we slowly, they would come to the end of their deck and I would go to the end of my yard. So their yard was between me and them. And then we would still have our conversation. So we would always start out by saying, I don't know what we're going to do. We just cannot separate it from each other without communicating. Because we continue, we would talk to each other. How are you? Okay, you need anything? Okay, no, I'm good. Even though we can't come inside. And so we were communicating and we were talking about what I knew versus what they knew. Because one of them is they're out of India, but they were born in the UK, so they speak with a British accent. Then my other neighbor is from like Wyoming, and he used to work for FBI. And we're convinced that he was one of these people that kill people for a living with his dog. And so he would talk to us when his kids weren't there. All of us come from such different backgrounds. And I'm the black female in English, but he does. But we were all know what to do. But we knew we had to communicate and work together. Because we were locked in and we were single. And my other neighbor was single. They had family, so they talk but they I still have we will when mask or leave this and I will talk to a neighbor without a mask on because I know they're not going to get right up on top of me. But at first I didn't know that. I'm like, you might be one of those close talkers. Because he knows about the close talk. They don't understand 2 feet anyway. But people became more conscious of it. And because I live in a retirement sort of neighborhood with professionals and retirees, I think that maybe that's what was the defining factor. But I was appreciative, but at first I was scared because I don't know what you're gonna do. So we gotta ease back into it because we cannot not communicate. And I just but I also know that I'm a school of hard knocks and they work their way up. They work hard for what they have. And they're really respectful because they want to live. So, and I don't know how many of their relatives have passed on. I haven't had that conversation. But I want to have that conversation because I want them to know I care. So I really think this room really helped open the door and help me think that, okay, I need to ask more in-depth questions of my neighbors. How is your extended family? Have you had loss? Because seeing women on the retreat crying because they could not express to anyone how they felt about loss and loneliness and divorce and all the stuff that's happened while we've been on the lockdown, it was freeing for all of us. Yes, it was sad, but we also prayed together and said, it's going to be okay. I'm here for you. I'm going to call and check on you. Because one said, and a lot of them agreed, you all call and say how you doing, but do you really want to know how I'm really doing? You don't wait for the answer. I'm like, thank you for saying that.
I hear that exactly what you just said. As far as um, as a matter of fact, somebody said this to me one time. How we say, "Well, how are you?" And sometimes they even pause enough to get a response, to really hear how somebody's doing. Everything in COVID right now, being able to use our ears and practice listening, practice speaking to understand is such a gift that we need to see more, more than ever, because we're like want to be understood, we heard. It's being going, but
I would have never known, Heidi. You never know when people are so they got it bad. Their opinion is like, wow. And I